What's up, guys? Today we're going to react to some clips exposing the extremely woke atheist leftist factory that is ruining the West.
Do you know how boring naked women are? I get accused about 5 or 6 times a day of being a pervert because I want to go into the women's changing rooms. There aren't really any naked people in there for one, but if that's the first thing you go to, why is that the first thing you go to? Why is that your motivation? Why do you think people are seeking a loophole so they can go nosing around in the women's changing rooms? For a start, you don't need one. Men have been walking in there to be creeps since women's changing rooms existed. The goddamn President of the United States admitted to doing it. Like, it would be the most bizarre and off-the-wall motivation for transition. What the hell are you thinking? It says so much more about you than it does about me. It is the most bizarre motivation that I can possibly imagine. I think you're telling on yourself.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I don't think these people go to the women's bathroom to be creeps. I think they're just mentally ill, you know? And a lot of mentally ill people happen to be creeps. But let me know what you guys think.
Son or daughter? Or?
Son.
Awesome. And are you guys a couple?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool. So have you ever heard about the statistics coming out that gay men are statistically much more likely to commit child molestation?
No.
You've never heard about that before?
Crazy. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Don't you think it's weird that you guys have a child, but neither of you are a woman?
No.
You don't think that's weird?
No.
So you had a surrogate? You paid a woman $50,000 to be pregnant.
Who are you?
And build an
dude?
emotional
Fuck
connection
off.
to a baby.
I'm gonna fucking kick your ass.
Hey, don't take my mic, dude.
Fuck you.
I'm actually concerned for your baby's like safety.
I'm concerned for you.
We are asking you to leave.
No. Bro.
Guess what? You guys are together. You all deserve to be killed for doing
Really?
Yeah.
Killed.
Boom, 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 boom. You all deserve in the fucking head.
Yeah, guys, that's the all-loving, all-accepting movement in front of you.
Trans women getting pregnant is not as far off as you'd think. In the past 10 years, 50 babies have been born from a uterus transplant. How this works is a person with a damaged or missing uterus gets a new uterus. Then they get pregnant, then they give birth to a child via C-section. The implanted uterus is then removed so that the person doesn't need to be on anti-rejection meds for the rest of their life. So far, these implants have only been attempted on cis women, but there's nothing that says it couldn't work on a trans woman. After all, my hormone levels are pretty similar to a cisgender woman, so why not? The main thing in the way is that the science is new, so there aren't enough surgeons out there to do the testing. So it's less about if we can do it and more about when we can do it. Imagine a trans woman using her own DNA along with her partner's egg to create life. Wouldn't that be incredible? Some researchers think it's already possible and that it'll be attempted in the next year or two. Now, to be clear, I don't want kids. And even if this was an option,
Thank
I wouldn't be
God.
interested. But there are so many trans women out there who want this, and they have just as much of a right to pregnancy as anyone else. Let's get this thing off. See, it was fake.
Yeah, like your beliefs.
I am a woman, and I'm really worried. Because my attempt to build bridges between the transgender community and people who aren't sure about the transgender community might be doomed to failure because of a very key point. Many of you can't get past that. When I say I'm a woman, you immediately think, no, you're not. And that's going to be extremely challenging, and I'm really open to any advice of how to cross by that. The best thing that actually explains my behaviour logically is that I am a woman. Because this would be quite odd behaviour for someone as a man. And if you are a man, I want you to ask yourself, do you think you would feel comfortable outside in dresses and makeup? Do you think that's something that you wouldn't feel silly? I think you'd feel silly. Whereas I don't feel silly at all. I felt silly before. Now I feel right. And I don't know how to cross this bridge with some people. Because once you can accept that I'm a woman, the problem goes away. And I need to figure out how to get people to accept that.
Good luck with that.
And stop telling me I'm delusional. Stop telling me I'm mentally ill. Stop telling me I'm a pervert. I'm not. Everything that I do and say can be explained if, pretend for a moment, you believe me. Thank you.
Well, I mean, we don't hate you guys. The thing is, you're asking us to pretend reality is not reality. And that's, that's insane. That's insane behavior, These people need to accept themselves. We don't need to accept delusion and pretend, like he said. So this dad found out that a group of transgender teachers, if you want to call them that, were indoctrinating, because it is what it is, children, reading books to them while dressed as drag queens. And this is what he did.
Excuse me. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, the fact that they're blocking the door, what the fuck? Is that normal? Like, even they know that is evil because they're blocking the door. They're literally blocking people to enter the classroom because they have to indoctrinate small children. That's how evil they are. They know it's evil because they're blocking everyone.
Sorry, excuse me.
Crazy. Look.
This is a disgrace. Men dressed as prostitutes reading filth to children. Look at all these people here, lads. They're a protection of grooming.
Get your hand off me!
You're the one.
Get your hand off me!
Look at this, lads. They're all around me.
Yeah, and as always, they have to play the victims. Let me know in the comments, guys, what would you do if you find out your children are being taught by transgender people dressed as drag queens at elementary school? Like, that's fucking insane.
This is Ari, Gwendolyn, and Brynnifer. They are in a polyamorous relationship, and they all parent Hazel and Sparrow.
We have a 2-year-old antigender baby and a 10-year-old who is non-binary.
They have chosen not to disclose Sparrow's gender.
We don't know it yet. It's something that Sparrow's going to have to figure out and then tell us.
But their parenting approach is controversial.
I have literally received death threats. Crazy, crazy lady. I hope karma hits you back and your kids grow up to detest you.
These polyamorous parents let their children choose their gender. And for their oldest child, Hazel, that's neither male nor female.
Please tell us how and why you decided to come out as non-binary.
Because the pronouns she and he did not fit. Non-binary was what I turned to, though I do choose to act and look more feminine. Can I go down now?
Of course.
And 2.5-year-old Sparrow has yet to make a choice about their gender.
Sparrow, do you want a banana?
Yeah.
They're antigender, but we're using they, them pronouns. Sure, they have anatomy, we understand it, but that's not indicative of their identity. It's something that Sparrow's going to have to figure out and then tell us before we can tell anyone else.
Particularly because it's, something that our parents did and they got it wrong.
Honestly, and that's why we don't give a fuck about you guys, okay? You can do whatever you want. As an adult, you can identify as a bear, okay? We don't care. The thing is, you're attacking children. You're attacking the future. You're ruining children's lives and attacking innocent souls. And it is true. It's a slippery slope because, as we can see, every year, it only gets worse.
I can't believe you would act like that in public. Okay. Damn, that's ignorant. See, that's intelligent and that you're not ignorant.
The difference between a real woman and
a real woman?
Yeah. That's all I said. I just wanted him to see you recording me.
No, you don't understand. No, you're ignorant. Yeah, you're ignorant as fuck. Yeah, I'll call the cops on you.
That man up here with a little boy just like a girl, man. That shit's sad. So what? I said he up here with a little boy just like a female. Why are you talking to me? I don't want to talk to you.
Because you're aggressive.
I'm waiting on food and I'm out. But but you directed it to me. You ain't a little child.
They're trying to break it up. Do you not understand?
You talking about him dealing with like whoever, but you in front of your kid.
Exactly.
I'm telling my son the difference between a woman and a child.
You said don't act like me. There's something wrong with me.
I teach my son.
Like you coming into my job causing issues.
I teach my son. I don't be a man, bro. To not act
But
like
thank
that.
you.
It don't matter. Like you not like.
I understand with my daughter trying to have a fucking meal, man.
So it's okay for them to indoctrinate kids at school, but it's not okay for a father to say to his young kid, look, a man is a man, a woman is a woman. That's the double standard. They always do this. They always play the victims. Dude, you do the same. You indoctrinate kids at school, telling them about transgenderism when they're 2 years old. Like, what? That is right. But guys, let me know in the comments what you think, if you agree or disagree. I personally believe that trans teachers shouldn't be a thing. I mean, if you're trans, you cannot be a teacher, okay? You're clearly confused. You cannot teach kids, bro. Thank God places like Italy already banned gay couples from having kids, from adopting kids. Obviously, they cannot have them, but we need to shut this thing off. I get it, we have a lot of things, but think about it. Between Muslims, communists, leftists, Jews, LGBT, Black Lives Matter, all these people are just attacking white Christian countries. They're ruining the future, attacking kids from every direction. So can we fucking fix this? But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to. Christ is King, and God bless.